Hello gang, good to have you back again. I hope this video finds you well. If you're tuning in for the first time, I am the Articulate Grunt. Welcome to my channel. And why should I play Space Station Alpha? Well, it's an early release, little indie game on Steam for $5. That alone, it's only $5. How much do you spend for your other forms of entertainment? But yeah, we've also all been burned by those kind of deals before. So, why should we play this? Well, to start off, on the intro screen, the options is promising. There's a ton of resolution and viewing options, including a windowed mode. There's unfortunately only 3 languages available so far, but it's a nice option. Let's go ahead and get into the game itself. I'm going to go ahead and kill the tutorial option. Now, the controls are really simple. WASD, as always. You can roll in and out with the mouse wheel. Hold the right mouse button to rotate and adjust your screen. Plus, holding control and then WRA zooms you in. You can get in and look really close at what you've got. And it's got some nice little textures considering the price, and that's an indie game. Let's bring that back out. Now, everything comes in, you build everything off of metal. One resource. Okay, so be it. You start out, this is your basic space station. This is your little starting lump in deep space, and you can choose which direction you want to take it, what you want to do. Because from here, everything is on you. You can make a great residential market, a trading hub, diplomatic center, or a deep space prison. Ah, we got our daily grant. Wonderful. You start out with $15,000. There are a few things that have to be researched. You have to build your rooms. Personally, I like to go ahead and knock out a couple of bulkheads and open my station up a little bit. Now, one thing to remember, your worker bots will build, will repair things at the order you set the items in. It's one of the things I'd like to see modified. You can't quick queue something up, say, well, I want that door first, but I laid it down. I set it in the plans fit. I can't find an option for that yet, so I've got to assume it's not there. Now, in order to do research, you've got to have the research lab and command console, but you can't man those until you've got residents. Residents, you've got to open your station up to visitors, bring people in, and then you've got to make private residencies for them to live in and hope that they choose to stay and become permanent members of your station. I'll just go ahead, adding on some extra blocks and pieces while I'm talking. This is just my personal style and choice. Like I said, they will build stuff as you lay it in. So as you choose to put it in, that's the fashion they'll build it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and get us another worker bot and speed things up so we can move along and keep this video relatively short. See, I set in all those walls, and really one of the first things I should have done was get a second landing pad in so we could get supplies in more regular. Now I'm going to be behind the power curve. And get a second metal pallet so more stuff can get brought in. Each pallet can hold 12 items. You know what? Let's get that second landing bay done first. See, it's a quick and easy elimination process. Just knock everything out. Let's get it done before this flooring too. There. Go build that. But you've got to be careful. Once you do something like that, once you eliminate something as you saw, it disappears. If it's already in place, I have yet to find a way to unselect something for destruction. Your bots just go about it. Now, I've got all 3 working to build right now, which means offloading stuff from shovels and building. But you've got your other options. Left click over here, you can have them set to fighting fires, to manning gun turrets, which are one of the things you've got to research in order to put them in. Then once you put them in, you can assign bots to manning them, and they'll shoot at asteroids coming at you. Rather than getting hit with an entire asteroid-filled shower, you can shoot some of them down. Oops, off the side of the screen. You can also just zip around wherever you want, purely by mouse. And maintenance. If you don't have bots set to maintenance, you will get breaches, you will get leaks, you will lose atmosphere, your residents will die. This game takes a bit of micromanaging. The final one there is destroy. Be very careful. If you click that, whatever bot you are selected on will permanently, irreversibly self-destruct and is gone. You will have to buy another one. I'm going to go ahead and leave everybody building for the moment. And just either right-click, and whatever you're selected on goes away, or left-click where it says workers, and it closes back up. We are caught up on our work. I talk too much. Get new flooring in, guys. Now watch, as I said, they'll come through, they'll build up this first, and then the stuff back there. And I want to go ahead and get some more put in out here. I've got plans. Let's skip forward and let them build. All right, I've slowed it down even though they're still building. For one, as the transports come in, you don't have endless resources. I'm already down to 11,460 on my money. There went 60 on my maintenance for my worker bots. But you see that smoke coming up around that transport? That's a breach. We've got an air leak. And because I don't have any of the bots set to maintenance, to doing repairs, it's not getting fixed. It's getting worse. Rosie, we're going to set you to maintenance. Now, Rosie will break off from building and go fix that leak. But also, as I was saying, when the transports come in, they'll normally carry 4 metal, which is what you build everything out of, and the metal costs you 100 apiece. So every time one of those lands, that's 400 gone. Unless, of course, your cargo is full and you can't carry anymore, which point they'll just land it and leave. All right, everything's built. Everything's looking good. Let me show you one of the other features. Slow it down for a sec. Security. Whoop. Everything is white. That means everything is set to public. Now, I don't want everything set to public. I want to keep people out of some places like, oh, let's say outside. So we clicked on nobody. I clicked it. It's red. Nobody goes there except for the bots. Employees. I want to close this and this off. And let's go ahead and close that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I missed a wall. Close that back up. I want a wall right there. Now, since I've got that going anyway, your only option for power early on until you can research the fusion power plants are solar panels. They have to go on the outside, and they need one square somewhere on the inside to set their power base where they connect into your grid. There, good to go. Now, I don't want somebody showing up at my station and walking out that door, so left click. Left clicking on almost everything brings up your options for it. In this case, we're going to lock it closed. Nobody, not even the drones, not even the bots, can go through that now. It's locked. And here's your rooms. Commercial area, where if you get residents with no job, well, you can set them to be entrepreneurs. They will make a shop. Now, it is early access, which means all those shops basically look like vending machines, either soda or candy bar vending machines. But you've got to research that. I'm going to go ahead and say command and control. That's the space station command and control section now. Now, that is probably more than enough of the basics. You're going, okay, great. What else is there? Where can you go with it? Let's go over to my save file where I actually tried to play and break the game. Because that's the issue a lot of us have, is the fact that, they have glitches. They have problems. Let's go to test play. Remember that little square you're looking at? There it is right there in the middle. Let me just freeze everything. There's my list of bots now. That's what it's taking to maintain the station. See all those wrenches, all that maintenance, all that space takes a lot of bots to keep it safe. Different color rooms, as I said. Now, this station is fully developed, fully researched. Let me go over here and remember the camera speed I mentioned earlier. That slow movement you're seeing there, we're not moving around too fast. That's the standard, originally way too fast camera speed, but left to where you get a lot on the board, it moves a lot slower. It's a lot harder to get around in a fast-paced, high-speed time frame. One of the drawbacks, but they gave you a camera speed option. So just increase that baby up, hit continue. Now we're back to a good pace. Now, if you remember, I had just built this, and this little section here, that's now, instead of being red, is a corridor. Let's hit security again. I've got a lot of basically public areas. Blue for employees. At current, I don't have anything cut off as nobody goes there because everything is pretty much sealed. The locks you see over the doors, I've got a number of doors either locked open or locked closed, either to keep anybody from going through or to keep it open for oxygen flow. That's one of the little things to the game. Like I said, if you're into simulation micromanagers, you'll love this. You have to manually turn off everything yourself. If you go down to the command console, remember our little black tiled room down here, there's the command console. You turn it off. I've got 2 research labs there. But with those there, you can come down, hit command controls, determine who can and cannot come to your station, how many, what type, tourists, how many do you want to allow, permanent residents, what's the limit you want to set, and in this case, how many prisoners. Because I actually made a side wing up off to the side where I'm keeping prisoners because the game, the state, will pay you to house and try and rehabilitate prisoners. Now, the blue room is a common living area. The blue tiled rooms, and it's got all your simple machines. Your oxygen generator, your food vendor, and these are cryo sleep chambers. Visitors will sleep in them. They actually pay you to sleep in them. Living beings, whether they be inmates, visitors, or permanent residents, are where you make your money. Now, I did my best to try and break the game. But that was one of the greatest things. All those games we've all been burned by before, this kind of genre. Why is there a bed in the merchant area? As you can see, there's still a few little twitches and glitches. Those beds should be aligned more that way. That could just be an issue with the upload. But it's an early release. It literally came out Friday, February 27th. This is the first issue of the product, and that is actually the first glitch or break I've seen. And that to me is a big thing. I haven't had guys glitching through walls, getting caught on items I put in. You put things in, they go around them. The pathing on that part is fabulous. Going around, going through. Getting from point A to point B, it's an early entry game. Sometimes it takes them a while. Now, something else to show you right quick. Show oxygen. If you wind up with your floors all looking red for some reason, you've got it clicked and you've got no air. In this case, you can see mine are green because I've kept oxygen through everything. Here's a little bit darker. It's not the same shade. It's moving towards the orange, which moves to red. Let me go ahead and open this door up and show you what I'm talking about. Lock it open. And now it's red. Any of your guests or residents going out there is going to die very shortly. They got no air. I set that back to default. As you can see, it's staying red because I've got an energy door. It lets solid matter pass through, but not atmosphere, which means my bots can come and go through this without venting my atmosphere out into space. Yeah, I got a few beds out of position. Well, that's the first glitch literally I've run into. You know what? If that's it, that's not too bad. That's not bad at all. Really, we've all seen a lot worse. We've seen bad game-breaking glitches. That's not that bad, especially not by comparison. Now, there are 4 races so far, aside from your bots. These are your prisoners. They all look like some sort of werewolf dude in jeans, ankle bracelets, and covered in chains. Now, they will come in as prisoners. Don't know why they're the only ones that come in as prisoners, but they are. And once they've served their time, they can actually get released. You get a bonus for their successful rehabilitation, and they can join your population, or they may choose to leave. Otherwise, you've got 3 species. Fly guys, they've got a different name. I just haven't bothered to learn it. I like to call alien heads. He's coming right through there. And you may have spotted them, the slugs. There they are. Now, it is early release. That's all there is so far. I'm sure there'll be updates and modifications to that. That's one of those fun things. Now, as for challenges, there are random events. There are asteroid showers. You can have people go ballistic and start killing folks. There's all sorts of things they've worked in so far, and it's just the first early release. So, issues or problems? There's no real mass controls. You can't go to the command controls and turn off all oxygen purifiers. Turn on all doors. That's not there. Makes it much more time intensive. If you lose power due to a random event or something and then it comes back on, you've literally got to click every item and turn them back on and off individually. Makes it a bit of a pain in the butt. Don't be afraid to hit the pause up in the center. Adjust your speed down to 0, hit the pause, and go around and fix everything. Otherwise, especially if your oxygen generators get kicked offline, if you don't pause and you're trying to run around a station, especially like this size, trying to turn them all back on in time, you'll have people die of asphyxiation and you lose $100 per death. By the way, you lose $200 if an inmate escapes. So, why should I play this? Well, 1, it's cheap. $5 on Steam. And if you like simulation and micromanaging control, this will keep you wrapped in. And you can so lose yourself all the time trying to micromanage and keep everything running straight. Make sure you've got an eye on everything. Do you have enough worker bots on maintenance? Do you need more of them on construction? Do you need to have some of them assigned to guns? You'll learn the nuances. You'll learn the way to go with it. And research tree, it's not really so much a tree. You've got 8 items. You can pick them in whatever order you want. Some people may like that. Some people may not. I'm sure it's going to expand as the game gets updates over time. Now, what are the problems? I played a good 6 hours, and I couldn't break it. I tried. I had hallways by hallways, doors interlocking with doors. I had crossways where I had bots and civilians trying to get from side-by-side places through the same passage to that central hallway, trying to get back and forth to different things all the time, just trying to break the game, trying to get them to glitch up with each other. Didn't happen. Some people may not like that, oh, the bots will go outside, it leaks your atmosphere. That's a challenge onto you. Adapt a doorway system where the bots can't go outside, can fix things, can build on additions to your station without venting all your atmosphere outside and asphyxiating your guests. And, though I didn't get any when I was playing, now that I've reloaded once again, there can be a couple little glitches. I hadn't gotten any. I had not broken the game at all or gotten any glitches until I reloaded literally to this video. Other than that, everything is built or repaired or destroyed in the fashion it comes up, and there's no queue adjustment. That's the one decently significant drawback for me. If I need something repaired or done now, you basically got to delete all the other stuff that's already in the queue ahead of it. Now, is that a don't buy? Is that a game ender for me? No. That's a challenge. And hopefully it'll be a challenge for you. You'll give it a try and find it as enjoyable and distracting as I have. So as I always say, get up, get out, and get involved. But while you're at it, have some fun. Take care of yourself. Hope this found you well. Leave me your thoughts and comments down below. Hit the like or dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am the Articulate Grunt, and I'll catch you next time. Out from here. Until then, bye.